Oh, you all hear me? Anyone can hear me, just let me know. Okay, Blur Girl. Okay, if I'm not wrong, you are Paige, right? Hi, Joyce Chua. Okay, I like it when your username is your name. Hello, user 7456, you're Cindy. Okay, hi, Avis, L. Okay, I forgot your name, Avis. Sorry, L. Lina or something. Okay, sorry, today is a bit late. We just hang on for a few minutes. Okay, Elena. Okay, try to remember Elena. Hi, hello, Eden boy. Okay, hopefully you had a good week. I suppose. Okay, so we are gonna be going through today term two revision, right? So it's just gonna be a simple revision on all the water cycle, or maybe just some heat and temperature. Let me see. Okay, yep, we will be just revising some water cycle, a bit of everything. Yep, light, heat, okay, and then just to prepare you all for the reproduction also, reproduction in plants. Um, Asher, yes, yep, I do remember you because you are Asher Roy Fu. Okay, your name is there. Today there's no Kahoot for my session. Okay, I'm not so sure which session will be having the Kahoot. Let's see if I'm able to check this. Okay, okay, wait, hold on. I know where to see. Okay, I'm not so sure if I can see or not because I'm not connected to the internet. I mean, my other laptop is not connected to the internet. Okay, so the Kahoot is for P6 English, so it'll be the later session. Okay, either with teacher Alvin or teacher Lian. Finding out what there is. Yes. Okay. Yep. Sorry, today a bit late because we were having our meeting just now, right? And unfortunately, I had to like leave halfway through the meeting. Okay, but right, we will have to go through the TikTok live anyway. Yeah. Hopefully, you all had a good week. Yeah, for me, I think last week wasn't a very good week because like I think I fell sick and then yeah, a lot of things got delayed. So this week got to rush to finish a lot of things. Yeah, okay. So let's get started. All right, with today's session. Hopefully, all of you are feeling well, feeling happy, and will be learning some stuff for today's lesson. Okay. You see, right? Can hear me, right? Okay. I think shouldn't be a problem. Worksheet is correct, right? Hopefully not like the last time round. The worksheet is different. Okay. Let's get started with our question one. Okay, let me choose my highlighter and pen first. Okay. Jared Young. Okay, let's start with question one. Right. Identical ice cubes. Okay, were placed in identical cups containing water of different. Okay, so it is basically a water of different volumes and temperature. Okay, so take note of what is the same, take note of what is different. What's up, Ryoman Sukana? Okay, so different volume and temperature, right? So looking at the picture, right, you can see, okay, cup A. Okay, cup A is like 100 ml, 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, cup B is 100 ml, 30 degrees Celsius. C is 20 ml and 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the question is asking you which of the following, right, which is the correct order, right, when the ice cubes melt completely, okay, from the fastest to the slowest. Okay, so um, basically you need to figure out which setup will have the most heat energy, right? When they ask for the fastest, it will be asking about the one with the most heat. Okay, this pen is very thin. Slowest will be the one with the least heat energy, right? So hopefully you'll remember, right? Volume and temperature will affect the amount of heat energy that the object possesses, right? the larger the volume, then it will have more heat energy, right? Temperature is quite straightforward, right? The higher the temperature, then the more heat energy it will have. Okay, so if you were to compare A and B, right, at least between A and B, you should be crystal clear that cup A will have more heat energy than cup B, right? So that means it will be A followed by B. So if we were to look at the options, right, number one is really wrong. Okay, number one is really wrong because it's B followed by A. Right, number two is also wrong because it's also B followed by A. Right, so looking at this, B and A, right, you should be able to tell. You should be able to at least eliminate some option. Okay, and in fact, even number three, right, B followed by A is already wrong. Okay, so if we look at option four, right, it tells us that C, which is this, okay, cup C will have the most heat energy. Why? Okay, because if you look at the volume, right, the volume is the most. Okay, and then if you look at the temperature is also the highest. Okay, I hope you all can see it clearly. All right. So most of the time, a lot of science NCQ, they are really designed to waste your time, right? Especially if you are heading towards the PSLE, right? So you need to learn some skills to read through the question quickly, right? Be able to see through the information properly, and be able to eliminate very quickly also, because if you don't do that right, then it's going to waste a lot of your time, and it's going to zap a lot of your energy also, right? Because to focus and to read carefully, like, uses up a lot of your energy. Okay, so Nihan, I am from AGrader. I was a replacement and you were my teacher. You mean you're the makeup student, Yuhan? And then I went there as a replacement makeup lesson, is it? A replacement, and oh, okay. Replacement lesson, I haven't been to a lot of replacement lesson. I know I've been to the Jurong West branch a few times to, I think, relieve teacher Pauline's lesson. Other than that, for science, where else have I went to? I don't even remember. Okay. Anyway, right. Let's settle this question first. Okay. So after going through all the info, right, hopefully you realize that the answer is option number four. Okay. Option number four will be C will be the one that melt the fastest. Okay. So C will be the one that melt. Okay. Fastest. And then B will be the one that melt the slowest. All right. Oh, I went for science. Wait, you mean the author, Miss Pauline, for P6 English? I am in that class. I don't think so. I'm talking about the science teacher, Miss Pauline. Right? She's taking a short break, I think, recently. Jerry, if you picked sorry, Jerry Young, if you pick three, I'm not so sure when you say I got three, do you mean you pick option three, right? Option three, that means A and B, you got to look carefully, right? Probably it's a careless mistake. Okay. Right. So the first question will be option four. All right. Make sure you understand that volume and temperature, right? These two will affect the amount of heat energy in the water or in a certain object. I think a lot of students are still very confused about this. Okay. Let us move on to any question, right? Any question before I move on? How to get coins? I have no idea. I thought y'all should be more familiar with all these, like new TikTok live, all this TikTok live, and all the coins, all the giving the I don't know, roses, diamonds, or whatever. This is because I'm a boomer, not like y'all all the what Gen Z, or no, I don't know what Gen you are, but right, you are born in the like the age where the internet is, right. When I was young, when I was born, we don't even have the internet. There's no internet, there's no phone, no nothing, no technology, right? Every day we just go downstairs and play soccer, play hide and seek, play basketball, right? So that's what I used to do when I was a primary school kid. We don't play game, we don't watch TikTok, we don't do a lot of things. Right, no question. Okay, we move on to question shall we? Okay. Yeah, I mean, during that time, it wasn't really boring. I think it's quite fun. We get to go out. We play hide and seek. We play catching. We play a lot of things. We climb buildings. We run around like crazy kids at the seesaw. Okay. Okay, come. Question two. Right, a beaker of ice cubes was left in a room. Okay, ice cubes left in a room. Right, so typically room temperature is around room temperature. Right, is around 30 degrees Celsius. Right, so ice cube right will be at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so if you leave it in the room, right, it will gain heat and start to melt. Okay, temperature, sorry, the graph below shows the temperature of the ice cubes over a period of time. So hopefully you understand what is DE. Right, immediately when you see this part here, right, it's going through the melting phase. Okay, so let me just highlight this part here, DE. Okay, it's going through the phase of melting. Then when it reach this point here, right, it would have completed melting and it will be fully in the liquid form, right? Temperature will start to increase. Okay, and then at F, that is when it will reach the room temperature, right? Room temperature. So from F to G, that is a point where it will not experience any heat gain or heat loss. Okay, so hold on, let me highlight this part here, FG. Okay, so here, right, no heat gain or heat loss. Hi, Capybara. Yes, Capybara, what's your name? Do you tell me your name? I don't think you told me your name. This has to be the most insane marketing I've seen. Okay, Brian. I don't know what does that mean, but okay. So having understood all this, right, DE is going through melting, right, EF gaining heat, right, FG it reached room temperature, okay. So the question is asking you what is the process, okay, what processes, okay, do lines DE and FG represent? Okay, so DE is definitely representing melting, right? So focus on melting, and which means that freezing, okay, will be wrong, right? Definitely not freezing because you put it in the room, it will start to gain heat, right? Freezing is lose heat. Okay, FG, although it doesn't gain heat or lose heat, right? But you should understand that it's going through a certain process. Hopefully, you know that it is definitely not boiling, right? Because we can see that over here, it is the 30 degrees Celsius. 30 degrees Celsius is roughly the room temperature. Okay, so so once you realize this, then you should also realize that in FG, right, it is going through the process of evaporation. Hello, not Greg. Okay. So once you realize the processes that is going through, right? In fact, even from even during E and EF, right, it's also going through evaporation. Okay. All right. So once you clear, yes, the answer is like what PVD Jennifer said. Okay, is number three, option three. But any question? I think the common mistake that a lot of students make will be that a lot of students don't realize that over here and over here it will gain heat. Okay. Greg, I think typically our TikTok live is about 7 to 8 questions. I'm not so sure, but I think this paper will also be around there, around 7 questions, I guess. Okay. Right, so hopefully you know that in DE, right, during DE is going through heat gain, but its temperature is not increasing because it's going through the process of melting, right? So the heat gain is used to change the state from solid to liquid. What you've got option of condensation and evaporation for FG. Wait, FG. But condensation is a bit more complicated because condensation needs temperature difference, needs a certain surface. right? So I don't think condensation will be the right one to pick in FG during FG, right? So you will still want to pick evaporation, all right? Okay, so user 7456, right? Cindy says that there are 6 questions today. Okay, any more question other than yeah, what if it is condensation, right? Condensation, let me see. Let me think. If there were if condensation would occur, I think the question will need to provide us with a bit more information. Like maybe there's a certain surface which allows a condensation to occur. Okay, what is the process of EF? Okay, EF, there's only one process that can occur, that is evaporation also. Yes, okay, she'll call you Cindy. But for the other viewers, they will not know who Cindy is. So maybe you can change your name to Cindy also. Okay, so EF, there will be evaporation. Okay, I can call you Jaden, but why is your name Joyce Chua? Is that your sister or maybe your mom? Not sure. Oh, okay, so that is your mother. All right, I'll try to remember. You are Jaden. Yes, definitely you can go toilet. Please go ahead. All right. Okay, Jarek. I shall call you Jarek because your username is also Jarek. Okay, very easy to remember. Okay, any more question about regarding question 2? Okay, if not, right, I think I'll slowly move on. Right. Oh, okay, good. But how many of you are actually P5 students, or like how many of you are actually P5 students? Just curious. Oh, okay. Burger, you are. Jaden, you are. Eden, you are. Oh, so many P5s. I thought like you all will be like P6 or like secondary school students. Nothing better to do than watch my life. IP6. What is IP6? Painting. P1, Teddy, you're in P1. P6 got PSLE. Yeah. Even if you're in P6, I think this is a good chance for you to do some revision, right? Because your P5 topics will also be tested. Everything from P4 until P6 will be tested. Teddy P1, right? Preparing for science. 2 years earlier. Okay, so let us move on to question 3. Question 3. Okay, Jia Yang wanted to investigate one of the factors affecting the rate of evaporation, right? Once you see the question immediately, you should know what are the 3 factors that will affect evaporation, right? Your W, E, and T, right? So W is your wind, right? E is, I'm going to write the short form, exposed surface area. Okay, T is your temperature, right? The temperature of the surrounding, temperature of the water. Okay, so there are 3 setups, right? Sorry, container P, Q, and R. Okay, looking at the container, I think we can immediately, right? I think a lot of you are already spamming the answer. Know that what is happening. Okay, because the only thing that is changing, okay, is quite obvious. It is this, okay, this and this, right? So this is right the exposed surface area, okay, that is changing. Okay, so immediately you should also know that this is the biggest, right? The biggest exposed surface area. Biggest equals to the fastest, right, rate of evaporation. And then for this container R, okay, container R will be the smallest, okay, smallest will be the slowest, okay, rate of evaporation. But the question is asking you what variables should Jia Yang keep constant. Okay, constant variables. Hopefully you are familiar with your measured variable, and also your constant variables, right? So should you keep the size of the beaker the same? Okay, which one should he keep constant? Size of the beaker definitely not. Okay, because he's trying to investigate the exposed surface area, right? So size of the beaker is not because it is the changed variable, right? Sorry, I just saw. Oh wait, am I correct? A musty bread. What musty bread? What did you ask? Um, Oh, okay. If you're asking if is your answer correct or not, okay, a lot of you are already kind of like spamming the answer, so I will not check individually, but you just continue to listen on to my explanation. I think at the end of it, you should realize is it correct or not. Okay, I should not be the one to tell you because sometimes student might just make a guess. Okay, but you are here to learn, right? So try to realize yourself is it correct, right? So um B, okay, volume of water at the start, right? So if you know what is the changed variable, right, you should also know that this B is something that you definitely want to keep constant. Okay, so imagine if it is not kept constant, one of the container you put very little water, the other you put a lot of water. Okay, then it will not be fair for sure. Volume of water left at the end is something that is out of our control, right? Because this is called the it is probably what you're gonna measure. Okay, probably the measured variable. There's a few ways he okay Jia Yang, I don't know he or she. Okay, there's a few ways Jia Yang can determine what is the rate of evaporation, right? So find out what's the time taken for all the liquid to evaporate. Find out which beaker is the first one to evaporate until no water is left. Okay, and so on. All right. So once you're familiar with all this, okay, then the correct answer is only B, right? So it will be number two. So musty bread, right? That means you're correct. Okay. Along with I think a lot of you all also chose number two, but I think I saw some three, some pick option three. Okay. So it's not option three. Hmm. Yes, okay. So musty bread, you are correct. Okay, it is not option three, it is option two. All right, so only one constant variable in this case. Okay, but of course there are a lot of other constant variable. Hopefully you are familiar with it. Right, so things like the location of the experiment. Okay, the location is kind of like one of my favorite constant variable. Okay, material of the container also must be kept the same, right? Instead of material, maybe I should say okay, I should say material. Okay, material. Okay, of a container. Okay, and so on. Okay, any question? Scroll in front here first. Okay, sorry teacher, there was not any sound in the lesson for a while, so I left and rejoined. Yep, okay, so hopefully you can hear the sound now. And now this is we're going through P5 science. Okay. Any more question? No. All right. So let's move on to question four. No B. Okay, there's no Kahoot for my session. The Kahoot will be later for the P6 English. All right. Okay. So question four. The diagram represents the water cycle. Okay, R, S, T, and U represent different parts of the water cycle. Okay, so looking at this diagram, I hope you are familiar with your water cycle, right? It's not so difficult. Typically, we start from here. I mean, for me, I will start from here, right? So this is your water, right, body, okay, which is maybe the lake or river and so on, right? So the water body, right, they will gain heat, gain heat and then they will evaporate, right? So probably S is going through evaporation, okay? Evaporate. All right, for S. Okay, and then after that, it will rise up into the sky because as it rises up, then it's gonna get colder and colder. So it will start to lose heat. Okay, lose heat. So as it lose heat, it will start to go through the process of condensation, right? So T, right, should be a condensation. Okay, lose heat. Then after that, once it gets heavier, right, then it will start to rain. Okay, so U is not really a process that I will pay a lot of attention to, right? So rain, right, or precipitation, right? So for now, then the water will collect the water bodies. Okay, so I'm not so sure what is U and M, but let us read through the question first. Okay, so the question is asking at which part R, S, T, and U are water present in the liquid state. Okay, so at over here, R is definitely liquid, right? U is rain, right? Is also liquid because all these are tiny. Okay, not really tiny lah. Okay, I'm just gonna call them water droplets. Okay. So water droplets definitely is in the liquid state. Okay, I'm gonna circle those that are in the liquid state. Okay. S is not okay because S is water vapor, right? Water vapor is in the gaseous state. Okay, vapor is in the gaseous state. Okay. Answer is one. I don't think the answer is one. Okay, because R and U, yes. Okay, but remember, cloud is considered liquid. Okay, why? Because we consider them as like tiny water droplets. So clouds are also considered in the liquid state. All right. So this is also a common misconception, right? A lot of students think that clouds are in the gaseous state. Okay, so it's not in the gaseous state; it's in the liquid state. All right. So U is also considered in the liquid state. All right. So I think just now a lot of you all already put number two as the answer. Okay. So be careful of this common misconception, right? So chloride is also considered water in the liquid state. P5 from AGrader. Okay, what is that? Yes, okay, Eden, because clouds are considered tiny water droplets. Okay, any question? Okay, no question. Easy. Today is just I think today's session is just a simple revision. We will be having a test soon, right? I think it's called, what kind of test is it called? Is it like WA test or, oh wait, there's a question B. How does the water droplets cloud doesn't drop? Okay. I think this is a very complicated question, right? I'm also not sure if I'm able to explain it properly. Okay, because clouds, the reason why they will condense is because they will actually condense on dust in the air. Okay, so because they are very tiny, so they are light enough to be floating in the air, but not heavy enough to drop to the floor. Right, but as they slowly collect and consolidate, the water droplets will become bigger, and then they reach a point where they become too heavy and to the sky, drop to the sky, drop to the ground. Okay, okay. Ayang Wee, your mother forced you to watch. Good, forced you to watch. Like I don't know how she forced you. Right, like is she using a cane or like threaten you if you don't watch? Then I'm gonna confiscate your phone. Don't let you go out and play. Something like that. I'm not sure. Wait, Eden, what did your teacher say? It's too light to drop. Yes. Okay. The tiny water droplets, they are too tiny. Okay. That's why there are like mist. Okay, steam also steam when they come into the air into contact with the surrounding air, they will condense immediately. So they also don't drip down. Okay. When I take the plane, why won't there water droplets on the plane? Why is that? Okay, I think there's also some explanation. It depends on is your plane flying below the cloud or above the cloud, right? So usually, if your plane is flying above the clouds, then there won't be any water droplets on the plane because the clouds, the rain will drip downwards. Okay, but your plane is above the clouds. Yeah. Okay. So sometimes the plane will fly higher than the cloud because they also want to avoid all the storm, right? Because if there's a storm, then it's going to be quite dangerous for everyone. You just wake up and she asks you to watch. Well, hopefully you'll be able to learn something and like gain some knowledge from this session. Okay. Since you just wake up, like you took an afternoon nap, so good. Okay, wait, there's a question. Will the cloud form fog? Well, if the temperature near the land is cold enough, right, fog may form. All right. But there are layers of clouds. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm not an expert in clouds, so I don't know how to explain what are the layers of clouds. Okay. Let us slowly move on to question 5. All right. While you maybe think of questions to ask me. Okay. So question 5. Leah wanted to find out, okay, the amount of light that is passing through three different materials, A, B, and C. She prepared the setup below. Okay, so this is a very typical setup for a light experiment, right? So there's a torch light and there's a material. Oh, okay, short of the screen. Yeah, I thought it's the screen type where they cast a shadow. Okay, but in this case, no, they have a data logger. So the data logger will okay, the reading. And then light will pass through, hopefully through the material. If light is able to pass through the material, the data logger will register a certain reading. Okay, if the light cannot pass through the material, then the data logger will not read any reading. New thing is clouds are made of water droplets. Okay, does parachute drop past clouds or below the cloud? Parachutists, I believe they should be jumping off below the clouds. Okay, not that high. Okay, where can we have our break? I mean, you can have your break anywhere, anytime, anywhere, right? Because you can just walk away. Like I said, I'm also not forcing you to watch my live, but hopefully when you're watching it, right, you will really be here to learn. Okay, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, but I don't think you're here to look at me. You're here to listen to my science, right, and learn some knowledge. All right. Okay, let us continue with the A part 2, okay? So, which variable should be kept constant to ensure a fair test, right? Just now, I think earlier on, we were talking about constant to ensure a fair test. We were talking about the constant variable, measured variable, and also the changed variable, right? So hopefully, in this case, you know what is your changed variable. This is P5, but we are going through everything, a bit of everything, right? A bit of P, not so much of P3, but a bit of P4 science, a bit of P5 science revision also. Okay, layer 380, like the Squid Game, is it? Your number is 380. Okay, so in this case, the three different materials are the changed variable, right? Measured variable will definitely be the reading here. Okay, the reading that is provided by the data logger. So in this case, amount of light detected will be your measured variable. Okay, we cannot keep it constant because it is out of our control. Type of material is the changed variable. We're not gonna keep it constant also. Okay, so either more, sure, I can help you answer their question. Answer whose question? I mean, it's okay. If you can help to answer, I mean, you can always offer your explanation. But if I look at it and if I think there's something that I can add more, I will also add more. Okay. What is my name? My name is teacher KH. Okay, you can call me K, a K, alphabet K, and a H. Okay, that is like the army way of calling like someone. You know, when next time if you go army, right, you will have your name. So my surname is Lim, so KH Lim. Okay, what does it represent? Hopefully you'll find out, or maybe not. Okay, let us move on to the next point. All right, so thickness of the material, you definitely want to keep it the same. Okay, because the thickness of the material will affect the result. Distance between the torchlight and the material, also, yep, you want to keep it constant also. Distance between the material and the data logger, okay, is also something that you want to keep constant. All right, so okay, hopefully you all know how to identify what is your changed variable, measured variable, and constant variable. This is like absolutely so important, right? So hopefully you all know how to look at it and see it, right? Sometimes I have some unfortunately P6 students, right, who still don't know how to identify the changed and measured variable, right? Then they really struggle in science, okay? These topics are mainly not in P5, right? I mean, in P5, in your exam, you will also be get tested on this. Right? But in P5, you don't learn heat and light. Heat and light is something that you learn in P4. Today, we're just doing some light revision. Okay, so I think, okay, I don't remember what is the material for next week. Okay, but very soon, we are gonna be like I'm going to start off with your system already, your plant transport system, your respiratory system, and circulatory system. Okay. WA1 have or not, I'm not so sure what's going to be tested for your WA1. But I think usually nowadays, WA1, you all just test on what you have learned in P5. Okay, so probably not. Okay, we move on to the next question, right? So Leah recorded her result in the table below. Then there's material, right? This is the no material, right? So no material, it is actually quite important, right? Because we can use this as a control, okay, setup, right? So no material, you know that 500 unit is the max, okay? So B, right? B, we can see that it is close. It is actually 500 also. So it allows, okay, I'm going to use the short form. Okay, it is going to be transparent. Okay, and then material C is 0, right? So it means that it is opaque, right? Do not allow any light to pass through, right? So material A, we can see that it allows some light to pass through, right? So the word for it is, okay, I'm trying to pick a different color, a translucent, right? Transparent doesn't allow all light to pass through, yet it allows most light to pass through. All right. So, but I don't know what magical material is B. It must be like a very good material that allows all the light to pass through. Okay. Based on her results, right? So, which material would be the most suitable? Okay, to make into spectacles. Okay, if you wear spectacles, I'm sure you know which material you want to use, right? You probably want to use the magical material, which is B. Okay, which allows all the light, 500 units of light to pass through. Typically, even for a clear glass, it will block out some light. Okay, okay. So for A part 2, it will be B. You definitely want to pick B. I hope no one picked C. You wear Fiji spectacles. What is Fiji spectacles? I wear old people's spectacle, but today I never bring my spectacle. It's called progressive lens, where we have two different layers, right? So when we want to see far, we will look up. When we want to see near, we will look down. This for for us with what's the proper term for it? Okay, I don't remember what's the proper term for it, but will you get bugs? Will I get bugs? No, Lin. No, Mio. Let us go through the next part of the question. Okay, so Gita wanted to open a jar, okay, that is closed tightly. Okay, her mother suggested that she turn the metal lid. Okay, so there's a metal lid over here. Okay, over, oh yeah, Eden, yes, 老花眼. Okay, I didn't want to say 老花眼 because, yeah, it's in Chinese. I don't know what's the official term for it. Okay, and then place it in a jar of hot water as shown in the diagram below. Okay, so I'm sure you would have experienced this before, right? So Mio, oh yeah, what is your name? Mio. You can pronounce my name. Oh, is that your name? Okay, anyway, I'm sure you would have experienced this before, right? If you have a bottle of like jar, and then you put it in the, especially if you put it in the refrigerator. Okay, YZLX, hi. Okay, I remember you. You're Yuki. Hi, Yuki. Okay, then the metal, right? Metal is a good conductor of heat. Conductor. Okay, a good conductor of heat will also expand. Okay, no, I should not. I should say gain or lose heat quickly. So in this case, if you put it in hot water, it is going to expand. It's going to expand fast. All right. So the metal will expand fast, right? Making it a bit slightly looser than the jar, right? So this will allow it to be opened easily. Okay. So if the question asks you, how do you, okay, how does putting the metal, oops, okay, how does putting the metal lid of jar in the hot water, okay, help Gita open the jar more easily? Okay, so you talk about the metal lid will gain heat, okay, and expand, okay, increasing in size. Okay, um, Cheyenne said that a metal allow heat from hotter place to a cooler place. Okay, don't need to make it so complicated. Just say that it will gain heat. Right? Will expand the jar. CW Hall, right? So it will not expand the jar that quickly. Okay, it will expand the metal lid. Okay, okay. So focus on the metal lid. So in this case, I'm gonna say that the okay metal lid will gain heat, okay, from the hot water, okay, and will expand, okay, increasing in size. Okay, so this will make it slightly looser, right? Then you can open the jar. It will expand, yes. Why are you looking up, Jer? Oh, because I'm trying to look far away, so my eyesight will not turn bad. I'm trying to look at the screen also and make sure that what I'm writing is appearing and that the question is in the middle of the screen. Okay, because sometimes we shift and then it will go out of place. Okay? Okay, we move on to the next question. Okay, after leaving the metal lid of the jar in the hot water for 30 minutes, right, Gita took it out of the hot water. She noticed that it is very heat. I think it will be very heat. Okay, her mother suggested using a towel. Sorry, her mother suggested that using a towel would help her feel less hot. When she touched the metal lid, okay, so why is it so? One, I think it's also something very that you will experience in your everyday life, especially if you cook. I don't know how many of your P5s will cook, right? So maybe you will cook Maggi, instant noodles, right? But sometimes when it gets too hot, you will take a towel and then you will use it to hold the cup or hold the hot bowl, right? You will not use your bare hands, okay? If not, you will get burnt. Yes, okay, burger, right? So towel is a bad conductor of heat, a poor conductor of heat. right? So I think you all get the idea. Okay, all of you are pretty good in your science. Physics here, yes, good time to do some revision for your PSLE, right? Okay, so if the question is asking you to explain why, right? I'm sure you all know how to explain. Okay, it's because the tower, right, is gonna be a can use the word a poor conductor, a bad conductor is also fine. Okay, feel less hot is because you don't want your hands will not gain too much heat. Okay, gain heat. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna say because the towel is made of fabric. Okay, so fabric is a poor conductor of heat. Then the heat from the lead, all right, will be conducted to her. Okay, hence slowly. All right. Question five. Where's question five? Sorry. Okay, yeah, this is question five. Okay, nobody will know what you're doing unless you tell us. Okay, Jacinta, right, I'll just show it for a while because I think a lot of them haven't copied it yet. Okay, haven't copied the next question yet. All right. Okay, this one, right. Let's try to copy quickly. I think we need to finish up question six. Question six is going to be quite long. Right? Let's move on, shall we? Question six. In island X, birds are commonly found near flower A. Okay, so why do we find birds near flower, right? So hopefully you know that in this case the bird is considered a pollinator. Okay, pollinator, which helps the flower to go through the process of pollination. So probably the flower will have certain characteristics that will help them to attract the pollinator. Okay, maybe like a nectar or sweet smelling scent. How do birds help plant A to reproduce? Okay, how does it help plant A to reproduce? Right, so the key point is you need to explain about reproduction. Okay, so talk about pollination, then talk about fertilization also. So these are the two key points that you need to talk about. Okay, and a lot of students will miss out these 2 points also. Okay, talk about pollination, followed by fertilization. All right. So I'm gonna start to describe it by I'm gonna start off to say that when the bird okay, visit maybe it's a hummingbird. Is it animal pollinated? Probably, because if it is pollinated by wind, then the animal will not visit it. Because typically, flower that is pollinated by wind will not have nectar, sweet smelling scent. It will not have big, colorful petals also. Okay, so a pollen grains from the anther of the flower will get stuck to the feathers and be transferred the stigma of it can be the same flower of or another flower. Remember, so allowing pollination, okay, and fertilization to take place. Okay. Okay, will the animal get stuck? Will the animal get stuck in the plant? Hopefully not, right? If it gets stuck, then probably it's gonna die. Okay. We can't use a fruit seed dispersal concept for this question, right? Yeah, because this is talking about flower. So the flower have not turned into the fruit yet. So do not use seed dispersal. Okay, so don't get confused between seed dispersal and pollination for flowers. All right. Okay, so a lot of students also get confused by the pollination method. Okay, and also okay, Jacinta, later then I try to go back to question 5. Okay, because I think we are running a bit behind time. Can say a bird's transfer pollen grain from the anther to the stigma, allowing pollination and I suppose fertilization to take place, right? Um, I think Eden, it's a bit dangerous to say birds transfer pollen grain because the birds are not there to transfer the pollen grain. They are there for the nectar. It just happened that when they move around, right, the pollen grains get stuck and then they help the flower to pollinate, all right? So they are not so kind, like there and try to, oh, flower, you need me, I'm gonna pollinate you, right? So no, they are not that kind, okay? Okay, let us move on to the next part. Okay, diagram below shows part of an island, okay, where there are three types of plant, Q, R, and S. Okay, they are growing. Okay, the parent plants are also indicated in the box. Okay, so the parent plant are here. Let me just highlight them. Okay, so we can see them clearly. Right. So looking at the diagram, okay, I think very clearly a few things should come up immediately, right? So number one, you should realize that R is by splitting, right? Because it is all okay very near together. Okay, next, I will probably look for Q. Q is here. Okay, Q looks like it is okay, very random. Okay, I can't really tell. S looks like it is okay. Let me use this to circle S. Okay, I'm not so sure what is S and Q because the wind direction is not given, but maybe later on in the young plant and the parent plant compete for water. Oh, okay. I think you're trying to answer the part B, right? So explain why is it important for seeds to be dispersed right from the parent plant. Yeah. So the short answer is to prevent overcrowding and competition for light space, water, and mineral source, right? So milk, right? Well done. Yes, that is like the textbook answer. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down first. Okay, to reduce overcrowding. Okay, and competition for light space, okay, water, okay, and mineral salt. Okay, let's quickly move on to the last part. So sunlight, space, and minerals can yes. I don't think the emphasis is on everything as long as it shows. I mean, you show that you understand, right? The competition for sunlight, space, minerals, I think should be fine. All right. Okay, let me just scroll it out a bit so you all still can see the top. Okay, so for part C, based on the diagram, right, state the most likely method of seed dispersal of Q and R. Okay, so I think for R, it is quite obvious. Okay, R is gonna be splitting or the explosive action, right? Okay, so we have detected inactivity. Oh no, I am active. Complete the verification. Which of these objects has a brim? What? What is a brim? Which of these objects are orange and round? Orange and round. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Which of these objects is used for sitting? See the picture. Used for sitting. What is? No, I cannot see. Hold on. Sorry. Which of these objects has a brim? Which of these objects protects from rain? Okay, I think yes. Sorry. Okay. TikTok thinks I'm inactive, so wants me to confirm. I've already confirmed, right? Hello. I know. I overrun, but hold on. I need to yeah, never mind. DJ Alvin is saying, why is it okay? Hello, verification done. So now why are you still blocking me? Never mind. Let me continue and take a look at Q first. Okay, so Q definitely is not dispersed by water. Okay, if it is dispersed by water, you will see that okay, the young will be near the river. Okay, but if you look at Q, right, it is kind of like going in a random direction. Okay, all over the place. So wait, can you see my screen? Can you still see my iPad? Because I cannot see my own screen right now. Yes, okay, you all can see. Okay, so never mind. If you all can see, I'll just continue on. All right. So when you all see this random dispersal pattern, right? So this is most likely animal, right? Definitely not water. Wind will be in a fixed direction usually. So this is also not a fixed direction. So this will be dispersed by animal. Okay, so over here they say that the seeds of S are dispersed by wind. Okay, so other than the size and weight of the seed, state one physical characteristics of the seeds of plant S, and then explain how this physical characteristic will help the seed to be dispersed further away from the plant. Right. So typically for a seed to be dispersed by wind, yes, teacher Alvin is beside me, trying to help me fix my problem. Okay, the size and weight, right? So typically they are very tiny and they are very lightweight, all right? Okay, so another physical structure that you will expect to see for a seed that is dispersed by wind will be the wing-like structure. Okay, so in this case, the physical characteristics you can say it is a wing, okay, like structure. Maybe later. Okay, and then the explanation will be the wing-like structure, right, is always because it increases the exposed surface area. Okay, so increases exposed surface area in contact with the surrounding, allowing the seed to float longer in the air. So that will allow it to be dispersed further away. Okay, let me quickly write it down first. Okay, it increases later. It increases the exposed surface area is in contact with the surrounding. Yeah, back. Sorry, I got disconnected accidentally. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they will be joining. Hi, sorry. Yeah, hi, Cindy. Welcome back. Sorry. Yeah, they TikTok things update, so just disconnect me. But I'm still alive and talking. Okay. So in the end, longer to be dispersed further away from the parent plant. Hello, Singlong. Okay. Yep. So yep. Sorry for the disconnection just now. For those who are back, right? So I've already finished up the last question. Okay, I'll just leave it there for a while for you all to maybe copy. Points reset. Yeah, unfortunately, the points got reset. But hopefully, later on during Alvin's session and DJ Lian's session, y'all will restart it again. Hey, Eden, the wing line structure allows the seed to float longer in the air to travel further. Yep, that sounds like a good answer, but remember to include the key concept, which is increased exposed surface area. Okay, so that will make your answer a lot better. The increased exposed surface area of the wing-like structure allow the seed to float longer in the air to travel further. Okay. Okay. How is water droplets form? Right. So water vapor will lose heat and condense into water droplets. Lin. I think I will not hold back any longer, right? So I will hand over to teacher Alvin, and I will see you all next week. Okay. Then after that, we will be going back to the old schedule, right? So you will see for a 1 hour slot on, I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or something like that. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you all next week. Bye bye. Don't go on, don't go on. Stay around for English. Okay. Okay.
Give me a minute or so to set up, okay? Just need like about a minute. Hope everyone is fine, right? Yeah, sorry for the interruption just now. Don't know what went wrong with TikTok. They decided to talk our heads or something, right? Just like how one of the politicians almost gonna talk on the head by the barrier. Right? In case you know, if you know, you know, right? And let me see. Hang on. setting up is taking a while. Then then I need to share lava chicken. What's a lava chicken? Chicken jockey. What's that? Are those edible? Okay, right. Hmm. Let me see. All right. Welcome everyone. Wait, let me move this up. This one I hide first. This one up. Okay. So I hope you all can see, right? So yeah. Okay. Let me close this one, and we are good. Are we good? Okay. All right. Okay, chicken jockey. Hello, Cher. Hello. Yeah. YZLX. Okay. Oh, Minecraft. Oh, the annoying one. I hope you all are not those people who go around throwing popcorn in the cinema. I think in Singapore you'll be fine, regardless of race, language, or religion or age. Yeah. Kahoot. No, I don't think mine is Kahoot, right? So, do we have Kahoot today? Right. Anyway, let's get started. Chicken jockey. Okay. Steve Lava Chicken. Okay. Still better than toilets. Okay, come. Let's start. Uh, during P6 EL, yeah. So probably during P6 EL. Okay, right. So let's look at the situational writing. So we have this particular scene here. Maybe I should move my toolbar. Oops. Right, this side. Okay. So yeah, we have this picture where you can see it's in the scene of an examination, right? Exam hall or classroom or whatever. But they did say that this was 16 May, and then 8:45 a.m. This is in the school hall during an exam, the science exam, right? So this tells you the day, time, right? And both of these answer the question of when, right? And of course, the school hall answers obviously the question of where. Okay. Uh, all right. Okay. Hello, fellow chicken jockeys. Do you ride a chicken? Can you ride a chicken? Won't the chicken be squashed unless it's like the big fat chicken that you have in the Raffles Place that one. Okay. What did who even do? I don't know what you're talking about, capybara lover. Cannot hear? Really? Isn't the mic already on? You don't hear me? Oh. CW Hall cannot hear me. Then the rest I see it can rest. CW Hall, can you check Hall if your volume Hall is loud enough Hall? Or is it unmuted Hall? Okay, but yeah, thank you. What is who doing? Are you talking about me? Okay, thank you, capybara lover. Hi, Secret Life of Kiki. Then that's not very secret anymore. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, then we have this girl here, right? Her name is Angel Lim, right? And well, she noticed what this boy is doing, right? And seems like he is, playing cheat, right? He seems to be staring at the arm here, right? And it's a very suspicious of behavior, right? So, yeah, obviously he's cheating. Then how will she know who is Ethan? Hello, Shelly Fossilian, whatever that is, right? Yeah. Okay, so for how did she know for certain that he has cheated? Well, then if we were to look it here, in case it's a bit difficult to see, let me zoom in, right? You will notice that there are these markings on the arm, right? And so these markings are to suggest that this would be, well, answers or whatever, the formula or whatever that he has written down, right? And so yeah, so the moral of the story is don't cheat. Of course, there could be different moral of the story, but never mind. Okay. And then of course, Angel Lim being of course the up and honest upright students, because your school have taught you values like integrity and honesty, right? And then so you must be, yeah, you must therefore inform the invigilator, right? Yeah, so notice that even with this shock here, it's still a full stop, right? So ideally it would have been an exclamation mark, but oh well, small things. Yeah, it was a tattoo on a primary six student, is it? That will be very interesting. Okay, you mean those sticker tattoo, is it? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Right. Unless you're saying that he's like, during my time as a primary school student, do you know that there's primary eight? That if you fail your PSLE, right, you will go to what I think is called extended. So then you will extend, and it's automatically 2 years. So you will do primary six, primary seven, primary eight, and after that, if you pass, then you go on to secondary school. If you don't pass, I think then I think that's it, or you go IT or something. I cannot recall, but yeah. So last time we did have primary eight. Yeah, that was back then. So then the stigma of failing was even bigger lah. But now people can just repeat and they just go back to primary six. Yeah. So it's less stigmatizing, I suppose. But I mean, the people will know lah that you have repeated because you were P6 last year, then you are P6 again this year with a new batch of students. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's no more 7 or 8 now. Previously, like I said, during my time, there used to be. Okay, it was a thing. You can ask your parents if well, they may not be old enough, but yeah, maybe they might be. They might have heard of it, but depending on how young or younger your parents are, they may have heard of it. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So it's unlikely to be a tattoo, but anyway, the fact that she noticed that this would be there and that she was shocked would imply that it would have to be words like, because if it was a tattoo, they would have seen it, or she would have seen it often enough to know that it was a tattoo. What is haw haw, right? So yeah, Ethan, what did I do? He dropped the pen lah, and then obviously he exposed himself. So then Mrs. So brought Ethan out, right? Ethan Kim, right? Does he sound Korean? Right? But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Ethan Kim was brought out by the teacher, and well, this is the same girl. This is Angel, right? Because you can tell from her unique ponytail here. Got this little boing out. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, this panel is the only thing we have to take note of is basically the idea that Mr. So brought Ethan Kim away, and that's about it. You don't have to notice that who Angel Lim was there. Okay, so yeah, snitch. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could call it snitch. Yes, but she's doing the correct thing, right? You mean in your school value they don't have integrity, no honesty, no what responsibility or anything like that? Don't have? Are you sure? Right. So yeah, of course you could call it snitch, but you mean you will support the person to play cheat? Then you'll be like, hey, show me also, is it? Right. So no, so officially what your school is different in what sense? They support snitches or they support people cheating. Uh, right? So obviously this is the correct thing to do, right? Okay, so why is Capybara so angry? Because the people school different or people snitching or what? Okay, right, let's move on. So let's look at the why busybody. I mean, she saw what was happening, then after she just report lah. For all you know, basically, even if she did not report, someone else would have seen it, someone else would have reported it, right? So that's of course possible. You was not taught integrity in primary five. That's not the point. I mean, in your school values, doesn't your school values have something like integrity or honesty? I know like Chongfu school they don't have. So right, but yeah, in theory, yeah. Prefect perfect girl model. Yeah, I suppose. Maybe. So we shall tell Angel Lim that she's doing a good job, right? Then the question is, are you all the perfect girl models, right, or the perfect role model students or not? Okay. Anyway, Right, so now you have to imagine you are Angel, right? And then you have to write a report to your school principal. So Madam Arena, the name is given to you here, right? Informing her about the incident you had witnessed during the examination, right? I like being the class clown. Okay. So you are the class clown, is it? So how many times did your teacher to punish you or scold you? Last time I was the class clown. My teacher had to make me stand outside the classroom, put scotch tape over my mouth, things like that. But yeah, that was then. Then last time teachers can get away with many, many things. But then again, last time, there was, to some extent, the parents were not so involved because, well, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let's look at what we need. So as usual, there'll be 6 content points, right? Yeah, of course, as a child, I think most of us will be scolded at some point or another, right? Now, we have our 6 content points, right? Okay, so let's do a revision, yeah. So first, what does this name tells you? Yeah, what does this tells you? Did you get scared due to your brain rot? Yeah, I can tell your brain is somewhat rotting already. Okay, anyway, so what does this piece of information, your school principal, Madam Arina, tells you? Anyone? Your friend scold your science teacher. Wow, no big, no small. Then did your friend get scolded or punished? Okay. Anyone? So what does this piece of information Madam Arena tells you? Anyone? Anyone bothering to try? Or should I, pretend that you're not trying? Oh, hello. Oh, user 7456. Yeah. My schoolmate sang, I don't give a word to teacher. Okay. I don't know what your friend is trying to do, but yeah. Shelley Fossilian, what school is that? No, the Madam Arena is not the purpose. It'll be interesting if Madam Arena is the purpose. Sounds like you're writing some love letter to her or something, but no. It's not the purpose. Madam Arena is not the purpose. Where do we find the purpose? Jerick? Anyone? Right, good. Madam Arena tells you that this is the audience. Right, so this is the audience. This is my A. Okay, and then so what is the purpose? Where can I find the purpose? Oh, Jurong West Primary School. Oh, that's very near where we are right now. We're filming live in the Republic of Jurong. Right? I'm eating pizza. Yum. Yeah, I also want to eat pizza. Okay, yeah, your class sounds like needs some more better discipline. Your teacher's not doing a very good job. I know who is the principal. Madam Marina is the principal. Yes, we already dealt with the fact that she's going to be the audience, right? But what else do we need to know? So, I mean, here I already told you this is the A, right? And so what else do we need? So where is someone mentioned purpose? So where's the purpose? Our class gets scolded mostly. That's quite unfortunate. Then there's not much learning taking place. Technically speaking, you cannot eat McDonald's for lunch. Can you imagine eating McDonald's? You take the letter M and then you bite it or something. Also, yeah, you have the food from McDonald's, right? Or the McDonald's meal or whatever. Yeah, right. So yeah. Anyway, even though you're the best academic class, oh, that's quite uh interesting. But then again, I mean, if they are having good conversation, then I suppose that's fine. But apparently, seems like you are not. Or maybe if you're the best academic class, maybe you're so smart already that you are able to do well even without your teacher teaching you. You're the geniuses, so can go to the elite schools or things like that, right? Yeah. So what's the purpose, Jerry? Yes, I know. But where is the purpose? So what's the purpose that's in this one? Okay. Yeah, Shelly, I suppose. Yeah, you definitely one of those that are scolded. Yeah, yes, anyone. Where is the purpose? Yeah, someone mentioned purpose. No, it's not to complain. So you must remember, yeah, the purpose will be found within this statement here. So where is the verb to tell you purpose? The um the verb here was not reports. Although this is, you are supposed to write a report. So this is what you need to do. You are to write a report, but it is, well, of course, to say that you are not writing a report to report is kind of not intelligent, but yeah, In this case, they told you what is the verb, right? So yeah, very good, Shelly. It's to inform, right? And so here we are going to inform, right? So this is the purpose of the writing, right? So purpose. And what is the context, right? So context is basically again given to you, right? So anyone wants the context here? You all usually eat noodles in 7-Eleven, inside 7-Eleven, you are from 7-Eleven, it's different. In any case, uh, you shouldn't be eating too much of those instant noodles. Too much salt. So what happens is that you get bored very quickly. Okay, you got the answer. Okay, that's good. So, but yeah, what's the context here? You love salt, yeah, I'm sure. But actually, salt. Too much salt kills your taste buds. They can't taste the other taste. So yeah. Uh now the purpose is to inform. The context here is that you witness something during the examination. So basically, you witness the cheating during the examination. So this is the context here. So because you witness the cheating that took place during the examination, so that is the context there. Okay, yeah. So if we were to go to the table, right, and so if we were to fill it in, so the purpose is in essence, right, uh, to inform, right? And we know that, right, from the what we mentioned above, right? Then at the same time, who is the audience? Audience, as we mentioned, this will be Madam Rina, right? Who is in essence our what was that? School teacher, sorry, school principal, right? And so, therefore, this is definitely going to be a formal piece of writing. The fact that because by virtue that this is a report is going to be formal by nature. Okay, right. So yeah. Uh, right. So then, like I mentioned, the context is in essence this idea that you witnessed, right? Cheating, right? Taking place, right? During the examination. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy that you're happy, Shelly. So yeah, we have those things. Uh, hey, Shelly, can you focus? Yeah. But then again, yeah, I suppose you did mention you get scolded anyway. Okay, now so let's go to the content side, right? And so we know that here we need to mention where it took place and when it took place, right? And then that's so we have two content points so far. So let's then obviously who cheated, that would be the third one. Well, that's quite straightforward. How did you know the cheating would take place? Now this one will be a bit more troublesome because we have to explain the process. So this one will take a while, take a few more words, right, to write, to say what you saw happen. So yeah, it won't be that straightforward. Okay, so you have to list down what happened. Okay, now then why you believe the person cheated is the fifth point, right? And so this one you have to, well, it's underlined, so you have to guess, come up with a logical reason in that context. And then, of course, six, what happened in the end, right? So, yeah, so basically, this and this are related because how you know the cheating took place and then what happened in the end because of that. Okay? Yes, Jerry, why what? Capybara lover wants to stay back, is it? You want to stay back after school? Or you staying back for the TikTok? Okay, right. So yeah, at this point in time, any questions? So we have our 6 content points, right? We have our PAC, right? And if you remember, we just have to have our 5 body parts, right? In this particular case, we will have one more extra thing by virtue because this is a report. We will need to have, maybe I should write it here instead. Because of the report, we will need to have plus a title. Okay, so we'll need a title to go on top of what you have, right? So, right. Anyone has any idea what would be a good title, a suitable title for this report? Anyone? Any suggestions about what could a possible title be? IDK. Ayo. Jerry, you never know, you know. But yeah, I mean, with the exam, you have to come up with your own title anyway, so why not give it a shot? Besides IDK, IDK is not going to be a good title, by the way, right? Seems like there's this person called IDK that joined us too. A wrong action done. Well, no. What do you mean by wrong action? So I mean, you see, if you think about the title, I read it, I should more or less understand what's going on. Then I read the rest of the report to find out the details. So if we were to say a wrong action done, then it might be, yes, it's true that Ethan did something wrong, but that seems to be rather vague, you know. So, like for example, someone accidentally, I don't know, kick a pot of flour and then the pot of flour fell and the pot crashed. That could be something wrong. So it's very vague. Right. So someone mentioned this is a cheating incident or copying incident, but copying is like again very vague, you know. So is copying wrong, right? So so the more accurate word here is a cheating incident in that sort, right? So yeah, cheating incident would be good, right? And then unforgettable experience sounds like you had some enjoyable time during in the examination or something like that. But so yeah, so yes, the girl had a good one. So cheating incident during examination. So yeah, that would work, right? So that would be a better title than just, you know, unforgettable experience, which gives someone a totally different sort of impression as to what to expect. Okay, right? Some person almost got me out of the exams for trying to force me to cheat. What does that even mean? What kind of, what kind of, what in the world is happening there? What school is that, yeah? The person forced you to cheat. What is that? It sounds like some drama, you know, like, yeah. Anyway, okay. So yeah, so Blur has a good title, which is like cheating incident during examination. Okay, so yeah, that will be an acceptable title. They make me look like the exam paper. You can just ignore them next time. I mean, because if it's an exam, right, they should be far enough, right, that they cannot do anything to you, and you shouldn't be able to do anything to them during the exam, right? In any case, what you can do is that you can raise your hand and just call for the invigilator's attention and then tell the invigilator that that person there is disturbing you. Okay, so you don't have to say anything more, right? So just say the person disturbing you. The only problem with that is that, well, sometimes these people tend to be rather petty, and then they might try to make your life difficult later. You know, okay. But yeah, you were seated all the way at the back or seated at the front. If they're so far away, how can they disturb you? My goodness. Huh? Okay, right. So yeah, let's get started. So let's start off with the title. Right, let me bring up my trusty keyboard. Where's my keyboard? Okay, and I remember you like big fonts. So let's go with, we have always been using 16 so far. Right, so 16. Okay, so we will write the report. So if you recall, as I mentioned, we will need a title. So the title, where the title is not all too important. What's more important is that you actually have a title, and the title has to be well, how to say, um, accurate to some extent, right? So yeah, let's go with something that just now Blur Gal mentioned. So cheating incident. So I'll just modify it. So now because this is a title, right, we will keep everything in caps except for the prepositions and maybe the determiners, right? So on, right? But if you cannot remember and you capitalize everything, I don't think they'll penalize you at this stage. I mean, to be fair, primary school, I wouldn't expect you all to know all these things. Maybe you're in secondary school, that'll be a different story, right? So yeah, so cheating incident done, right? On. So I should just mention the date, right? Just to so when someone looks at the title, they can tell straight away very quickly, right? So 16 May in the school hall. Right now, so in theory, I would have answered to some extent the when, and I answered where it took place. Right. But I mean, that is just the title, right? The title is supposed to be succinct, right? And so we know what to expect if we want to read, what's there to come. Okay, so yeah, so that's the title. Now then from here, we will go back to familiar territory. And so what we'll do is we will start off with, oh, okay, cannot. Okay, so yeah, so you will notice that my title, I put it in the center, right? Ideally, you should. If you don't, it doesn't quite matter. But if as long as you have a title, that will be good enough. Okay. So yeah, then yes, someone mentioned we have started with dear. Oh, hang on. Right. So dear Madam Arena, right? Which is in essence, oh, Aluna, right? Right. So dear, why this silly thing keep? Okay. Right. Autocorrect, annoying. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So dear Madam Arena, so the capital letters for the first letter of each of the words, right? Because this is the title, right? Now, next one, right? So from here, then we move on to the introduction, right? So the salutation we are done, we move on to the introduction where we will talk about the purpose of writing, right? And so in this case, why are we writing in, right? So in this case, we already know that the purpose is to inform about what we have witnessed, right? So we will write that down. As I mentioned before, right? If we want, um, you can write your name in your class there at the same time because your principal is not going to expect you to send email to her. So it would be nice in real life that you introduce yourself first so that she knows who's writing to her, right? Of course, some people will argue that, I mean, she can see the email and then, of course, in theory, during the sign off, you will mention who you are, but you'll be polite to mention this from the beginning. Okay, and so yeah, so we'll start. So I am, in this case, Angel Lim, right? And this in this particular um, piece of writing, they did not mention the class, so you can use your class, right? From six whatever. What should we call it? Uh, Six what? Let's just go with 6A lah. No need to be all too creative. Okay, so 6A. Okay, so yeah, you will want to underline the title to make it clear that this is the title. Okay, it'll be good you can do so, but I doubt they will penalize you if you don't, right? It'll be kind of silly to penalize you just because you did not draw a line, right? So yeah, it'll be good if you can underline it. If you don't, I don't think it's an issue of any sorts in that sense. Okay, but yeah, I mean, just for consistency's sake, because in secondary school when we teach English, we will teach them to underline. So we'll just start you off from young. Okay. Yeah, in articles as well, because you still need a title for the articles, you still underline it. So yeah, might as well just keep it consistent throughout. Okay. So yeah, we introduce ourselves. I'm Angel Lin from 6A, right? And then what? So here I need to tell the purpose of the writing. And so in this particular case, the purpose of the writing is, like we mentioned, to inform about the cheating incident, right? And so we'll just start off. I am, oops. So I am writing to inform you about a cheating incident that took place in the school hall, right? So we mentioned where, so we're going to mention when, and so because we're given the date and the time, they did not specify is it date or time. To be safe, we'll write both. Okay? And so, and in any case, even if they just ask you for, say, the date or just only the time, it'll be strange without mentioning when, in terms of the date or the time it took place, right? So, I mean, because in the report, we generally try to be as detailed as we can. And so, it will make sense if we put down the date and the time, even if they did not specifically ask for it. Okay? Can? And so we shall write. So, it took place on 16 May. And then this would be the timing they mentioned just now was 8:45 a.m. Right? Maybe we can just dot a.m. Okay. During the science examination, right? Now, so we can't expect the principal to know, like, what happened on that during that period of time, right? So we will just state that it took place during the science examination. So the moment people read that this is an examination and then, well, there's this cheating incident, you will take it very seriously. I mean, if you were to cheat in a class assignment versus you cheat in an exam, both are of course wrong, but obviously, in the case where you cheat in an examination, there'll be far bigger repercussions because it will affect the rest of the people who are taking the exam because it becomes unfair, and so they will have to take action, right? More severe action, and yeah, more swiftly too, right? As opposed to say if this was just cheating during, let's say, a normal class lesson, right? So the context therefore matters, that you therefore have to state that this is the science examination in which he cheated, and so there is this very huge gravity of this the situation that is therefore being conveyed. Okay, right, and so yeah, we are done with the introduction, right? So we mentioned the portion about why we are writing in, right? So, but at the same time, we already covered points 1 and 2, which is in essence the where and the when. Okay, and so now we shall mention what happened during the examination, right? So we're going to give the witness report, right? And so yeah, let's go with during the examination. Now, as mentioned before, this is a English language paper, right? Now, because it is such, your teachers will have also told you before that you're not supposed to use contractions. And so write the word examination and not just exam. Okay? Right. So to all of you who are still comparing about your pets, be it a jockey or a yapper or a pepper or a capybara, whatever it may be, yeah, please, focus, or don't, no, don't flood the chat. Okay. Right. You too, Chantel. So let's move on. During the examination, so what happened, right? I noticed, right? Because for report, right? Reports generally you just state whatever the facts that happened, right? So just state what happened. Don't have to include things like emotions or whatever, unless they ask you for it. But otherwise, you're supposed to remain neutral. You're supposed to just state facts. People can therefore know what happened, and then they will decide what to do based on knowing what had happened. Okay, so I noticed that Ethan, him, uh, was so we want to state who he is. So maybe what we can do is, oops, Ethan King, comma, my classmate. Now, so because I say that he's my classmate, and I already declared that I'm from class 6A, therefore the principal will know that he's also from the same class, and so therefore 6A. Okay, right? To get more marks for language, just make sure I got no spelling error, no punctuation error, right? At the same time, your writing is coherent, it flows smoothly, and of course, you use appropriate words, right? So if this is an examination, you cannot call it a test or whatever it may be, right? So you use it correctly. Okay, so yeah. So I noticed that Ethan Kim, my classmate, okay, was right acting suspiciously, right? So he was suspiciously, then occasionally, right? So we shall mention why was he, right? Um, suspicious, so occasionally glancing at his arm. Now, although rather in the picture, it did show you, right? In the first picture, he did show that he was glancing at it, but of course, we don't know for certain if he's like glancing back and forth or whatever, but we shall just assume that that will happen. Okay, I mean, not that it's wrong, that's fine too. Okay, now, so based on that, occasionally glaring at his arm. Now, so what happened is, at first, right, I thought I might have overthought uh, what was taking place. I mean, which is true, right? Because you generally, at least in Singapore, you don't expect people to be cheating, right? So you might think that, maybe he was just, there's something on the arm and he's just looking at the arm to see, if the arm was okay. Maybe there's some swelling, there's some bites there, or whatever it may be, right? Right. So yeah, so he thought that he might be overthinking what was happening in the first place, right? But however, right? So however, what happened? So we're going to contrast here. So actually, this is what took place, right? So when he picked up, okay, when he picked up a pen, right, that he accidentally, right, dropped. Then we'll have a comma, right? I clearly saw that there, oops, there were many words, right, written on his arm, right? So you have to state clearly that what you saw on Ethan Kim's arm is not a tattoo, but the words to give the proof that he was cheating, right? So then therefore, Mrs. So can go and, take him out to see Madam Marina, the principal, and then of course you, Angeline, right, can therefore, be proud that you have done the right thing, and then you can, sing Majula Singapura or something, and then say, yeah. Okay. So now, so anyway, so yeah, we so notice that we are stating the facts still, right? So it's like I said, because this is a report, we're stating facts, it will be a bit more long-winded than usual. Okay. Now, so then let's move on. So that was when I knew with certainty, right? So we want to be clear that, okay, at first we're not certain, but I did saw that he was like looking, and so he was very sus. So I will call for emergency meeting after I saw the arm. Then after that, then they'll ask, dead body, where? Then point finger, Ethan sus. Then after that, then why? I saw him cheat. I saw words on the arm. Then after that, everyone voted for him. Then he got voted out, correct? Yeah, then after that, Ethan was the imposter, and so therefore the crewmates win. Okay, so yeah. Now, so that was when I knew with certainty, right? So very certain. I saw the arm, right? That he had cheated. Okay, and quickly. So what do you do upon seeing that the arm had the writings there? Inform an invigilator, right? So here we just mentioned an invigilator because we don't know who is coming yet. I mean, at that stage we don't know who, but of course eventually we know that it was Mr. So, right? Then now we will just say that Mr. So, right, came promptly. So we just the idea that she came quickly, right? To show that Mrs. So was also doing her job, that she's alert teacher, Yeah. And upon confirmation, no, upon confirming that Ethan had cheated, right? Uh, she escorted him out of the hall. Now, we don't know where they'll be going, but obviously they'll be going to the principal's office. That will be the most logical conclusion, but we don't know for certain. So all we know is that you saw Ethan being, called out to leave the hall with Mrs. So, and that's all, right? So we shall say they left the hall, right? Of course, logically speaking, they should have been going to the principal's office, but we won't speculate at that point in time. Okay, so yeah, now, so you notice that, yeah, it's quite a long um, explanation as to what you saw happen, right? Now then, now we have to state the fifth point, which is why you think Ethan has cheated, right? And so this will be in a separate paragraph because it makes more sense since the first body paragraph was used to explain what was going on, right? So it could be like, I don't know, maybe he forgot there was exam and so he never studied for it, right? Or he has like always not been doing well, and so he may be afraid that he will fail, and so whatever, right? So that sort of thing, so yeah, don't be an Ethan, okay, or a Kim, right? Yeah, don't be Ethan Kim, right? So study hard and prepare for your PSLE that's coming up, okay? So yeah, so therefore it is my belief, right, that Ethan, well, in theory, you could always write Ethan Kim, because you just want to be clear that it is this person, although there's only one Ethan in this whole passage so far, right? That Ethan had cheated, right? As he typically, right, does not pay attention in class, right? And thus might be desperate, right, to pass too many S's, to pass the examination, right? So we are just guessing, right? So yeah, that's because the the question asks us to, right? In theory, well, in most reports, you wouldn't be doing that, right? Because that's speculation. Gen Z addict. Ethan is innocent. Who is Gen Alpha? Aren't you all Gen Alphas? That was his tattoo. Really say it's not his tattoo, right? I mean, why would you tattoo something like, just now what you all learned, what wing-like structures to allow the seed to fly further, or whatever maybe, or water vapor, evaporates into the clouds and whatever, right? You wouldn't be having that tattoo. You'd be kind of sad, you might as well just write E equals to mc plus square for a tattoo. At least you'll be Albert Einstein or something. Okay, so yeah, so that's that, and then we will have the polite ending, right? And so from the polite ending, we will just say thank you for your time and and attention, right? And so yeah, technically speaking, we could end there, but we want to be how do you say, more polite, more friendly, and so we shall add on to say, I mean, you don't have to, right? But we just say, please feel free to contact me, right? Should you require further assistance, right? And so yeah, that will be our nice polite ending, and then we will do the most important part. I will not say the most important, but the next most important part of the writing, which is we'll sign off. And what will you write for the sign off? Anyone? Given that this is a report, you are Gengar. Wait, Gengar is the Pokemon, right? Then I'll be Mewtwo. Then I will blast you to death or something. No, you're not yours faithfully. No, cannot be cheers. This is formal writing. How can it be cheers? Yes, very good. Yours sincerely. Thank you, Chan Y Ho and Wilson Lee. Right, very good. So it's yours sincerely. Why not yours faithfully? Because yours faithfully is used when you do not know the person, but you know who is Madam Marina. She is your principal, right? So because it's your own school principal, you will assume that she knows you and you know her, although she probably will not know who you are, but yeah, that's besides the point. Okay, but yeah, protocol is such. Okay, so yours sincerely, and then you write Angel Lin. All right, Lim, sorry, not Lin. Okay, and then we are done. So tada! Do I see it? Do you all see it? Oh, I cannot go any further because okay, but just nice. It covered everything inside. Okay. Right. So as I mentioned previously before, no warmest regards. Okay, because for the warmest regards portion, it is unclear whether is it formal or informal. So best not to use this, right? So the very safe one is always yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Okay. Now, so just to quickly check, right, that we have all the points, right? So we have the where and the when as points 1 and 2. So where would be here in the school hall, right? So school hall, and when, like I said, because we don't know, they're asking for just date or time, we shall write both date and time. Okay, to be safe, right? We're all Singaporeans, we're all kiasu, so we'll generally be writing everything, right? Just to be safe, you know. So yeah, then so that's 1 and 2. So we have 3, which is who cheated. And so for this 3, you must mention the full name of the person, right? Because full name is given, and for report, generally you have to write full names. Okay, that's a formality for you, right? So technically speaking, I mean, it should be like Ethan Kim, then plus don't know what Chinese name, maybe Ethan Kim Junjie or whatever it may be, or Xiaoming or whatever. So you have to write the full name in theory. And of course, in theory, it should be just also Angeline Lin Minghui or whatever it may be, you know, so it cannot be just like that. Unless you're telling me your whole name in your IC is just Angel Lim, then okay lah. But if it isn't, then in theory, teacher Lian. Oh, you want teacher Lian already? Oh, okay, very good. You all miss her, right? Yeah. So anyway, then I shall just speed up the process. Then I'll handle over to you early. No, it's teacher Lian, Lianne. It's Li and N. It's not Luan. Luan is like a Spanish name for a guy. Okay, so no, it's Li N. Think of it as, you know, a person with it's N with a surname Li. They just call Li N, right? But yeah, she give me the stare already. But yeah, it's Li N. Okay, so yeah, okay, let's move on to point 3. So yeah, point 3, yes, Ethan Kim, the name of who cheated, right? And then how do we know he cheated? So this how do we know he cheated is very long-winded. So it's in this entire paragraph, the main paragraph of the body, right? So that's point 4. Okay. So yeah, that's point 4, which is how do you know it cheated? And then after that, sorry, it's not this whole portion here. It's up to here because what happened in the end? This is point number 6, right? And then point number 5 is in the second body paragraph. Okay, so yeah, we cover all the 5 the content points, right? Well, we should check for grammar errors, which here we don't, right? And then of course, like I want to point out again, the special thing about the report is this title here. Ideally, it should be center. Ideally, you will know where to capitalize. So if you don't know, just capitalize every single first letter of each of the words, right? Then you can underline it. If you don't, I guess it is fine too. I don't think they'll be deducting 1 mark just because you never underline. Okay, and if you have, please use a ruler to underline. Okay, don't be sloppy. Okay, so yeah, that's all. I shall hand you over to teacher Lian, who is waiting patiently at me for waiting patiently here for lesson. Okay, so I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. And then after that, like what teacher Kesh mentioned, we will revert back to the old timetable where we'll have once every, I think, Tuesdays to Fridays or something like that. And then, yeah, it'll be like 6 to 7. And then, yeah, you all can have, you know, see us on separate days instead. Okay, so adios. What? Sorry? Oh, okay. Yeah. Be reminded. I need to do the shameless self-advertisement. Okay, so please come join our class. I'm taking the continuous writing class, right? So that will be on Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. So please join. You have teacher Lian who will be teaching English. She is an expert in English. She has been studying English for more than 7 years and so on and so forth. So you're in good hands. She has a good track record. Her students generally get either AL1 or 2, right? And then you should join the English class. Her class, she gives a lot of care attention to y'all. She ask your, like, she gives, I mean, you ask those teacher, the students in the class, right? A lot of attention given in the oral. She makes sure that you're trying to learn. She gives extra time. Her lessons are usually very full of love and care, while she teaches very patiently. It's definitely worth more than $37.50 per class. You all should consider joining my class. You can come lah, but I'm not as kind as nice as her lah. So yeah, but yeah, you should join the class more than you should join mine. Okay, so yes, see y'all. Goodbye and have a nice day.
Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Hi. Oh, someone asked, Blur Gal asked Mr. Liu if he'll be teaching composition for creative writing.
Yeah, you want to
Yes.
join Saturdays, okay?
Okay. And anyway, it's a free trial, right? So you guys have nothing to lose, okay? I would highly recommend that you go for it if you enjoy it. Yeah, you
Yeah, join
don't.
her class too. Her class is very good also. More better than mine.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, and hello, Peppa Pigu. Hello, Wilson. Hi, Steve. Hello, Michael. Thanks for letting me know that you guys can hear me, okay? What's going on? Mr. Liu and teacher Lian collab. Okay, thanks for the follow, guys. Hello, hello. Happy midweek to everybody. Okay, let me just find my worksheet. Give me a second. Okay, I am teacher Lian. Good to have you guys. Oh, welcome back, Avis. Hello, hello. Okay, let me share my screen. So for today, we are covering vocabulary clues. Is it working? Okay, vocabulary clues, grammar clues, and editing. And guess what we have at the end of today's live? When will we have creative writing? Hmm? We just finished creative writing with Mr. Liu, right? Oh, you mean with me? For me, I won't be teaching you guys creative writing, okay? I'll be doing English. Yeah, I try to be cheerful to, match you guys' energy. Kahoot. Yes, you guys are right. We have Kahoot today. Okay, so that's something that you guys can look forward to. Okay, let me just make my screen a little bit smaller so that you guys can see everything. Can you guys let me know if you can see the whole box on your screen? Apart from the online class thing. Give me a second to hide it. Yeah. Okay, can you guys see it? Oh, just now a situation. Oh, sorry, you mean during TikTok live, is it? I'm not sure whether teacher Alvin will be covering situational writing on TikTok live. We cover it for our online classes. Okay? I'm horrified, so let's see how this goes. Okay, good. I'm sure you're gonna be fine. Okay? Yes. Yes. Wait. Sorry. What did I ask? I can't even remember my question. Oh, you guys can see. Okay. Thank you, guys. I talked so much that I forgot my question. Okay, now let's start to go through. Sing Long, is that you? Okay, so we're gonna start with our vocabulary close section. Okay, I'm gonna quickly read through. So here we have an old neighbor, Mr. Tan, had passed away a few months ago. Since then, the boys noticed that his wife, Mrs. Tan, had begun feeding birds every day without fail at their void deck. The curious boys wondered why and wanted to ask her about it. Finally, one day, they plucked up the courage to go to her. Sensing their presence, Mrs. Tan peered up at them and asked the boys, Are you here to feed the birds as well? Not expecting the question, the boys involuntarily gasped in unison. Okay? Okay. Oh, wait. Let me read the comments. Typo Christine. Hmm? Oh, Duncan, you are here. Hello, Duncan. Thank you for joining me. Okay, you guys are sending me answers already. Okay, so the first word is noticed, right? We have detected, observed, perceived, and discovered. What do you guys think? Okay, Iris says two. Our P5 friend says two. Hi, Chanwai. Hello. I hope I got your name right. Rolex Man says two. Jarek and Peppa Pigu agree as well. Okay. And the answer is number two. Very good. Okay, it is indeed observed. Let me make my pen a bit thicker. Okay, so noticed, observed, right? Call me Yuhao. Okay, I will try to remember, but you might have to remind me for a few lines, okay? So you guys are exactly right. Screen up. Is it too... What do you mean by screen up? Hmm? Okay, let me check your understanding for the other words. What does detected mean? Oh, too small? Okay, hold on. You mean zoom in, right? Is this better? Okay, what does detected mean? Spotted. Kind of. Like they found something? Mm-hmm. Kind of. Very good, Wilson. To discover or to notice something, right? Okay. What about perceive? What about perceive? The screen is blurry. Is it blurry for you, the rest of you guys? Let me know, okay? Can you guys see the screen clearly? No, not blur? Okay, then for Singlong, it may be your own device. Maybe you restart and then you come back in. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Now number two. The curious boys wondered why and wanted to ask her about it. So we have curious, right? So for this, our options are intrusive, inquisitive, perplexed, and meddlesome. So for question two, what do you guys think? You need to see the whole thing, otherwise. Okay, got it, Shanor. Okay, I have three, I have two, I have one. Any other answers? Iris says three. Okay, Avis says two. Solar Dynasty says two. Jarek says four. I ask Ihao. Thank you, Ihao. Okay. Wilson says four, three. Okay, so we have all four answers, right? So since we don't agree, let me go through the meanings first, and then you guys tell me what you think the final answer should be. Okay? So intrusive. Which verb is this related to? Once you remember the verb, I think the meaning should be quite easy for you guys. Intrusive. He keeps on intru, intru. Back, I have a house. Hmm? Okay, I'm glad you have a housing on. Okay, very good. Solar Dynasty, intruding, right? So to keep like kind of getting into someone else's space, right? So to be intrusive means that you are like you're encroaching on my space to make someone feel uncomfortable. Hi, Foxy, welcome back. Okay, so if you describe someone as intrusive, you're saying that that person is very annoying. Okay, that person makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay, so annoying makes you uncomfortable. Then what about inquisitive? What does inquisitive mean? Yeah, you guys are exactly right. Curious. So if you are inquisitive, right, you are someone who asks a lot of. This is very important to the idea of inquisitive. Okay? Very good. You ask a lot of questions. That is exactly how you would describe someone who is inquisitive. Okay? So inquisitive basically means that you want to discover as much as you can. So generally, a lot of children, for example, are very inquisitive, right? While they're still learning about the world around them, as compared to probably, most adults, right? They've grown old, right? They know most things there is to know about the world that they are in. Okay, not that they know everything, right? So they kind of, yeah, generally being inquisitive is something that we would naturally associate with children. Okay. Okay, perplexed. Okay, let's go through all the meanings first, then I'll ask you guys to give me your final answers again. Okay, what does perplexed mean? Oh, very good, Wilson. To be filled with uncertainty or to be puzzled. Solar Dynasty, exactly. Confused. Hello, capybara lover. Please stop singing. Okay, last warning, capybara lover. If not, I need to mute you, okay? Okay, last one, meddlesome. What does meddlesome mean? Very good. Our primary five friend. Puzzled. Not puzzles, okay? Puzzled. Yes. Okay, what does meddlesome mean? Like you meddle a lot, yes. So what does meddle mean? Oh, very good. Solar Dynasty, to interfere, right? So basically, you are getting involved in situations where you are not welcome, right? Where it's something that is not really your business. Okay, Dorgal summed it up very nicely for us in Singlish. Very kaypoh, exactly. Okay, Foxy says interfere, very good. Wilson says often getting involved in situations where you are not wanted in a negative way. Very good, exactly. Okay, yes, the Singlish way of saying meddlesome is kaypoh, exactly. Okay, getting involved. Please do not write kaypoh on your papers, okay? In our lessons, we need to learn standard English. All right, so now that we've gone through all the definitions, can you guys tell me your final answer? The word is curious, right? So which word that is the closest in meaning to curious? Three? Yes, Confused means I'm uncertain. I don't know what's going on. Are you sure it's curious? Final answer? Two or three? 'Cause I see a fair amount of both. Two, right? Okay, inquisitive. Very good. Exactly. Okay, number three. Finally, one day they plucked up the courage to go to her. Plucked up. Okay, so for number three, our options are collected, mustered, mobilized, or assembled. Okay, answer for question three. Are you okay, Peppa Kigu? Do you need help? Hey, answer for number three. Mustard. That's a noun, my dear Peppa Figu, not a verb. Oh, we cannot. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, the last options. Okay, Wilson says two. Derek says two. I said, oh, I mean, I guess they are pretty much pronounced the same way. Mustard. Ma- Here, I'm too easily amused. Okay, two, one, two. Okay, any other answers? Okay, now 1 and 2 are very close in meaning, okay? But when you're talking about courage, you generally don't say that I collect my courage, right? I say that I mustered, I mustered my courage. All right, so yes, the answer is number 2. Although the meaning is very similar, right? Muster your courage means to gather your courage. Mm. Okay, what does mobilized mean? Mean. Anyone can tell me? Mobilized. Number 3. Option 3. What does that mean? To move? Kind of. Yeah, that's more like mobile, right? Something is mobile means it can move. Very steady. Not quite. Not quite. Good guess though. Wilson says to organize or prepare something. Very good. Okay. So, for example, we would say that the troops were mobilized for war, right? They're getting prepared for war. Okay. All the explaining things give me the. Hey, I'm not yapping, okay? Or I may be yapping, but it's useful yapping. Okay, number 4, involuntarily. Now, let me just check whether you guys understand what this means first. What does involuntarily mean? You guys know? They involuntarily gasped. They wanted to do it? Not quite. Good try though. Okay, I saw a word that's related. User 745 said volunteering, right? So if you volunteer, you do something by what? I volunteered to do it. See, very good. Okay, hold on, let me explain. So volunteer, not by accident. You choose to do it, right? I volunteered to do it. So voluntarily means by my own choice. So involuntarily, we have the prefix in front. That means by my own choice or not by my own choice. Which one? Very good. Okay, it means not by choice. So we need to pay attention to our prefixes, yeah? Involuntarily. Very good, Foxy. Like you did it against your own choice. Yes, basically. Okay, you didn't choose to do it. Okay, so they involuntarily gasped means they didn't gasp by choice, right? It was a natural reaction. Okay, so number 4, we have abruptly, impulsively, spontaneously, unintentionally. Answer for number 4. Say hi to teacher KH. He says he involuntarily joined the TikTok live. But you are voluntarily staying, right? Okay, I have 4. I have 1. We have abruptly, impulsively, spontaneously, and unintentionally. Okay, I have a mix of 4 and 1. So let's go through these first. Okay, something happens abruptly. That means it is very sudden or unexpected. Okay, very good. Okay, capybara, third and final warning. Okay, I'm giving you another chance because you took a break. One more time you spam, I have to mute you. Okay, I don't want to do that, so please behave. Okay, unintentionally. What does that mean? Why? Because it's disruptive. Okay, you can send it once, twice, thrice, even. You're sending it 10 times, which is very annoying. All right. Okay. No need to cry. Just don't do it anymore. Okay, Wilson says without intention. Okay, right, right. So not intending to do it, not on purpose. So, can you guys tell me your final answer now? Since just now we were split between 1 and 4. Involuntarily, the closest word would be. Okay, let's see if we all agree this time. Okay, well, so far so good. Yeah, right? Yes, unintentionally, involuntarily. Very good. Okay, let me quickly read through the last paragraph and then we'll do question 5. She then continued, I am waiting for my husband. He promised he will be back soon. The boys turned to look at each other in bewilderment. They could not understand why Mrs. Tan did not know about Mr. Tan's death, but they decided to keep mum about it. Okay? Alright. Well, what does bewilderment mean? There's actually a clue for you in the passage. They could not understand. So bewilderment is what kind of feeling? Surprise, kind of, yes. Very close. Confusion. Okay, confusion. Right? Um, Capybara Lover said shocked. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Confusion would be the closest. Yeah, okay. Teacher Kate also got it right. Is it like the word just now, perplexed? Yes, except that perplexed is the adjective, right? Whereas bewilderment is the noun. So bewildered and perplexed both mean confused. Good. I like how you're applying the new word we learned, Yanbun. Good job. Okay. All right. So bewilderment, we have suspicion, confusion, hesitation, apprehension. Answer for question 5. Okay, Solar Dynasty says 2. Our primary 5 friends says 2. Jarek, Foxy, Wilson, Chantel, and Evis agree as well. Okay, Rolex Man as well. And you guys are exactly right. Yeah, we said it means confusion, right? Now, I want you guys to quickly check through suspicion, hesitation, apprehension. Are there any others that you guys need me to explain? Don't be shy, okay? If you don't know the word, please feel free to speak up. I won't bite. No? You guys know the rest? Let me test you then. What's apprehension? Oh, okay. Ihao asked me what's apprehension. Okay, anyone knows? What does apprehension mean? Related to the adjective apprehensive, right? So that is feeling, worry, or fear. Very good, Yanbun. Exactly. Okay, thank you for asking, Ihao. I appreciate it. I'm getting my English diagnostic test on Saturday. Oh, good luck. Are you your primary 6 also, right, Yanbun? Good luck, okay? I think it wasn't an easy test. So yeah, but I believe that you can do it. Okay, anxiety. Yes, very good, Foxy. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, any other words before we move on? Wilson said, fear that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen. Yes, exactly. You're wrong. Hello, Kitty. I am teacher Leanne from AGrader Learning Center. Nice to meet you. Silence? Apprehension doesn't really mean silence, no. It's a feeling of worry or a feeling of fear. Okay, any that's good advice, teacher Kate. Okay. Anybody anybody has any more questions for this section before we move on? The next section is grammar close. Okay, any questions? If not, I'm gonna move on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no question. All right, so now we're gonna go through our grammar close section. Okay, so Also, if you guys don't have the worksheet, you can go ahead to the link in our profile to download it, okay? What is that name? And isn't KH the one who does science? Who teaches science? Yes. Yes, he is. Yeah, let's go, teacher KH. Where do I teach? For this year, I'm only teaching the primary six online English online class. Okay, so later I'll tell you guys about it. You can get the details if you are interested. Okay, so let me start by reading a little bit first. All right, Edward Blackbeard Teach. Okay, have you guys heard of Blackbeard? Was undoubtedly one of the most feared and most despised pirates of all time. Edward Teach was thought to blank lived in England before his pirate career, although his exact origins are unknown. He blank named Blackbeard because his large black beard covered his entire face. To strike terror blank the hearts of his enemies, Blackbeard would weave hay in his hair and light it during battles. Edward Teach was blank unusually large man, carrying two swords, numerous knives, and pistols. He was feared blank by his own crew. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, question 6. He was thought to blank lived in England before his pirate career. Answer for question 6. One Piece. Is a pirate in One Piece called Blackbeard? You guys will bring up One Piece, but not Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you guys know what Pirates of the Caribbean is? Or is that like too old for you? Okay, I see F, E, and R. Oh, so many different answers. Okay, F is have, E is had, and R, wait, there's no R. I guess that was a typo. You guys know? Okay, that's a relief. I'm glad that you guys know what Pirates of the Caribbean is. Okay, have or had. Now, is this talking about the present or the past? Present or past? Jackie says ever. Okay, Yanbun, you're right. It's about the past, right? So he was undoubtedly one of the most feared. So this passage is in the past tense. You guys are right. Okay, but, and that's a very important but. Look at the word directly before the blank. You have the word to, right? What's the very important rule that we need to follow for the word to? Oh, very good, Michael. The infinitive, very good. So we have to use the base form, right? So what is the base form? Have or had? Which one? Yes, you may, Wilson. Please hurry back. Yes, have. Very good. Okay, so the answer is F. Okay, good job. Now, question 7. He blank named Blackbeard because his large black beard. Da da da. Answer for question 7. Yeah, Cho KH is absolutely right. Good job. 2 thumbs up. Okay, Ava says N. Chantel says N. Peppa Pigu says was, which is also N, right? Do we all agree? Ah, don't play. Okay. Very good. So, since you guys all got it right, that tells me you guys are the experts. So, you tell me why is the answer was. Who is Shao KH? He is one of our science curriculum writers and tutors at AGrader, right? So he taught the science live today at 5 p.m. Yeah. Named is past tense. Okay, so we know that this passage is in the past. Very good. You guys are right. Panda and our P5 friend. I feel like you want to tell me your name? I only know that you're primary 5. Okay? So it is in past tense, and then why is it singular? Is his hiring? What do you mean, Yanbun? Oh, my tuition ended at 6:15. So sad, I can't watch all. Oh, don't be sad because in a few weeks' time, okay, I can't remember when exactly, we're gonna switch back to our previous schedule. Yeah, so you can watch more lives on different days. Ariel, okay, I will try to remember. Okay, wait, guys, why is it singular? Important. Wait, this is primary 6. I'm only primary 4. Yes, my dear primary 4 panda. This is for primary 6, but you are more than welcome to join us and learn something new, okay? He is singular. Very good. Exactly. Okay? Okay. How to know when the live is? Uh, okay, I think you go to the link in our profile, right? There's a Telegram group that you can join, and then they'll tell you about whenever the lives are. Okay? You can be ahead of your primary fours and flex on them. Yeah, and you're doing pretty well, Panda, so good job. Okay? Oh, thanks, Teacher KH. Okay, Teacher KH says you go to agrader.sg/live. Okay, then I guess our schedule should be there. Okay, now question 8. To strike terror blank the hearts of his enemies. Answer for question 8. It will be 2 years ahead. Yeah, honestly, when I was your age, my mom used to, so when I was in primary 4, she made me do primary 6 assessment books also. Okay, answer for question 8. Okay, Panda says into. The rest? Ariel says into. Peppa Pegu also says into. Avis agrees. Sing Long and Yenbun agree. Chantel, Teacher KH, Wilson, Blurgal, Moyes, very good. You guys are exactly right. Okay, I think this one is the explanation is pretty simple, right? You strike something into the hearts of the enemies. Okay? Okay, question 9. Edward Teach was blank unusually large man. Answer for question 9. Yeah, don't stand okay, guys. Try to send your answers just once. Okay, at most if you think I haven't seen it twice, don't do more than that, alright? Okay. Yan Boon says B, which is N. Peppa already sent the explanation. Wow. Okay, Jarek says A. Ariel says B. Avis says B. Panda says B. Singlong says B. All right. And the answer is indeed B. Okay. Now we have to pay attention to the next word. So hmm, here, unusually, this starts with a vowel sound, right? So we have to use N instead of A. Okay. So why don't you become an English teacher? Yeah, teacher KH teaches science and math. So if he teaches English also, you can really be an all-rounder. Okay, good job, Wilson and Capybara Lover as well. Good job. Okay. Okay. Question 10. He was feared blank by his own crew. Answer for question 10. Okay. I forgot about Chinese. Okay, Ariel says C, even. Chantel agrees. Moyes agrees. Moyes, don't need to send so many times, okay? Oh wait, were you sending something else? Okay, sorry. That's fine. Okay, Jerry, Halista, Wilson, Yanbun also says C. Avis also says C. Upside down? What do you mean? Okay, very good. Okay, he was feared even by his own crew. So over here, the part that comes after is something that is rather surprising, right? If even your own crew is afraid of you, why would they travel with you, right? So we will say he was feared even by his own crew. Blagel always corrects KH's English. It's okay. It's a learning lesson for both of them, right? Anyway, teacher KH has been doing pretty well, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to finish reading the rest of the passage. Okay, very quickly. At the sight of blank pirate, many of his victims were quick to surrender blank a fight. Blackbeard would then loot their valuables, drinks, and weapons. He would allow them to sail away without harm. However, blank the vessel resisted capture, he would either kill the crew or maroon them. It was important Blackbeard to maintain his devilish image in order to win the respect of his crew. The members of his crew believed that he was the devil Blank. He was feared by all, and his crew pledged their allegiance to him. Okay? Alright, question 11 answer at the sight of blank pirates. This story sounds like One Piece. Okay, I see A and L. A is L is this. Okay, were they this afraid of all pirates? Is it all the pirates? It's a specific pirate, right? It's specifically Blackbeard, right? So in this case, it cannot be a. Okay, it would be the pirate that we've been discussing this entire passage. So the answer would be L. This. Oh. Okay, teacher KH has to go. Bye bye, teacher KH. Enjoy your time with your brother. Say bye to him. Tell him to take care, and you'll see him again in 2 weeks. Okay, question 12. They were quick to surrender blank a fight. Is there Kahoot? Yes. There is later. So we have to go quickly. Okay, answer for question 12. Yes, there is Kahoot later. Foxy says Q. Okay, you agree? Davis also says Q. Wilson agrees. Samuel agrees. Good, right? So they were so scared of him that they wouldn't even put up a fight. So the answer is indeed Q, without. Good job. Okay, question 13. However, blank the vessel resisted capture. He would either kill the crew or maroon them. Answer for question 13. Good job. Okay. Avis says H, that's if, I mean. Peppa Pegu says if. Moya says H as well. Calista, Wilson, Yanbun all agree. Ariel as well. Your local netballer also says if. Good. Sing Long and Burgal, very good. We all agree. Okay, since we all agree, you guys are experts. You tell me, why is the answer if? How do you know the answer is if? Because the next part is giving us a starts with C. Two. Not clue. What is if used to show? If is used to show a concussion, no. Something that affects something else. Not contrast. Don't say I'm thinking. Okay. It affects something else. It affects whether he will kill them or maroon them or not. Very good, Yanbun. Well done. Yes, it is a condition. Right? If they resist capture, then he will kill or maroon them. Yeah, very good, Wilson, as well. Good job. Not air conditioner. Okay, question 14. It was important blank Blackbeard to maintain his devilish image. Answer for question 14. What is maroon? Maroon means that you leave them stranded. So, for example, you throw them onto an island and you leave them there. Yeah. Okay. Well, maroon also means the color, right? Maroon, the verb, that's what it means. You strand them somewhere. Okay, Ariel says D, Jarek says D, and Boone says O. Typo, right? Okay, D. All right, very good. This one, I think, too easy for you guys. It was important for him to maintain his devilish image. Yes, that's right, Yan Boone. Okay, question 15. The members of his crew believed that he was the devil blank. Answer for question 15. Okay, your local netballer says G. Michael says G. Wilson, Moyes, Avis. Hi, PPPPP. This is primary 6 English. Okay, very good. You guys are exactly right. They thought that he was the devil himself. Okay, G. Yes, this is primary 6 English, but of course, no matter what level you are more than welcome to join us. Okay? This feels like advanced P3. Oh, too easy for you, Ariel? That's good. It's a good sign for you. Okay? All right, any further questions about the grammar clues before I move on to editing? Thank you for the follow sign. Is that how I read your name? Nope, no questions? Okay, then let's move on to editing. Okay, I'm going to quickly read through first. In a recent report published in the newspaper, it was reported that Singaporeans are not giving much thought to their diets. For one, many people are not eating nutritious meals. Long hours at the desk, coupled with the lack of exercise, has resulted in poor eating habits. Okay, question 16. Spelling error, right? I got full marks for last year end of year paper. Wow, good job. That's impressive. Okay, so here we have S1. Okay, let me check your spelling of nutritious. Michael is right. Peppa Pegu is right. Sign is right. Wilson, Chantel, Ariel. Very good. No cheating with autocorrect. Yes, I know, Virgil. Thank you for that. Okay. Jennifer got it right. Very good. Okay. Nutritious. Okay, question 17. We have S2, right? Okay, show me how you guys spell exercise. No autocorrect. Okay, Michael got it right. Sign. Oh, sing long, wrong word. Blavia, I didn't see. Can you send it one more time? Hey, Ariel, good job. Wilson, good job. Oh, Jennifer, something is wrong. Good try. Chantel, something is definitely wrong. Mocha Kano, you are right. Good. Hey, Chantel, got it right this time. Yes, Logal, that's correct. Good job. Calista, something is wrong. Yanbun, I think that might have been a typo. Okay, last few answers I'm gonna check, then I'm gonna reveal the answer. Okay, Jennifer got it right. Logal, something is wrong. Okay, exercise. There is no C over here. Can you guys see the part where I'm talking about? Let me use my pointer. There is no C over here. Okay? Very common mistake. So just be careful. Excellent. It's okay. We're all careless sometimes. Okay. Let me continue reading a bit further. It is recommended that we should consume at least one serving of vegetables with every meal. Dietitians say that green vegetables will help with issues such as bloating and indigestion. Our food consumed choices can have a dire impact on our health. Okay, question 18. Spelling error, right? How do you spell dietitians? S3. This is a tricky one. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Wow, you guys are very fast. Okay, Peppa Pig got it right. Wilson got it right. Chantel, very close. Jennifer, very close. Blur Gal got it right. Mocha Kano, good job. Sign, very close. Michael, very close. Ariel, very close. Chantel, very close. Wilson, missing the plural. Dietitians. Okay. Jennifer, something is wrong. Mocha Kano, good job. Iris, something is wrong. Oh, Jarek, something is wrong. Are dietitians people who have expertise in diets? Yes, they are. You are right. Chantel, missing the plural. Yanbun, good job. Yaya Papaya, missing the plural. Yihao, good. That's a word? Yes, it is. Okay. Is it tiring to say correct wrong? Nah, it's okay. I'm used to it. Okay, Chantel, correct. Very good. Okay, and you must remember to write your capital letter because this is a new sentence, right? Okay, question 19. Spelling or grammar error? Question 19. You can just write S or G. Spelling or grammar? G, very good. What will happen if we don't put the capital letter? You have to see whether your teacher is feeling nice. Or the chief examiner is feeling nice. Yes, okay. Florgal got it right. Sign got it right. Very good. Wilson got it right. Chantel, good job. Any more? You have to change it to the noun form, right? Jarek, something's a little wrong. Ariel, good job. Jennifer, good job. Any more answers? Our food, choices. Okay? Ooh, capybara lover, something a little wrong. I got it wrong, that's all. It's okay. We are here to learn. Okay? Something's a bit wrong, Jerry. I don't know if it's just a typo. Okay, next. Poor choices may result in diseases such as diabetes and hypertension. Currently, there is already a rising in the level of hypertension cases in hospitals. Experts are of the belief that if our habits do not change, this number of cases will only continue to increase. Okay, answer for question 20. Spelling or grammar? Okay, sorry, I need to go a bit faster. Grammar, right? What's the answer for question 20? Wait, your answers are going past me. Okay, I'm just going to read from here, okay? If I don't call your name, you can send it again. Michael, Blurgal, Jarek, Singlong, Blurgal, Ariel, Chantel, Peppa Pigu, Calista, oh yeah, okay, Yes and Boon, Yuhao, Chantel, Rolex Man, user 745, Wilson, Yuhao, Foxy. Very good, Chantel. Okay, the answer is rice. There is already a rice. So it has to be a noun after. Okay? Now, question 21, we have a spelling error. So this is S4. How do you spell belief? Oh, Ariel, something is wrong. Chantel, good. Yihao, good. See, something's a little bit wrong. Marco, good. Anson, something is wrong. Wilson, good. Peppa Pigu, good. Ariel, good. Rolex Man, good. What do you mean single? Good. Yan Boon, Iris, Virgal, Duncan, Anson, Foxy, very good. Okay? Belief. Now, belief, ending with an F, this is the noun, right? So let's write at the side. Believe, ending with VE, this is a verb, not a noun. All right? Okay, next up. Instead of haphazard deciding on our meal choices, we should pay more attention to the calories and ingredients being used in each dish. Things like bubble tea and ice cream should only be consumed once in a blue moon. Often, in a bid to satisfaction our sugar cravings, we consume such items more than we should. Okay, question 22. We have S5. Answer for, G3, not S5. Okay, answer for question 22. Very good, Chantel. I missed the question. What's once in a blue moon? Means it's used to refer to something that happens very rarely. Okay? Good job, Michael. Good job, Wilson? Oh, it's not hazard. This is not a spelling error. Good job, Rihao. Good job, Jerry. Good job, Anson. Yep. Okay, because you guys see, deciding is a verb, right? So here we need to use an adverb. So the answer is, yeah, very good. Haphazardly. Okay. Oh, yes, Dorgal. Yes, you are correct. Good job. Okay, question 23. We have G4. Tell me your answer for question 23. C, good. Michael, good. Wilson, good. Capybara lover, good. Ensign, something wrong. Good try though. Chantel, good. Ariel, good. Peppa Pig, good. Blurgal, good. Yanbun, good. Anson, good. I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice. Okay, two. So we need to use the good job, Jarek, Sup, Iris, and Duncan. Very nice. After two, we need to use the base form. So in a bid to satisfy. Good job. Okay, let me just go through the last two, then we can play our Kahoot. Okay? Some people consider bubble tea to be an absolute necessity. Now, this is a spelling error, so this would be S5, which means the last one is G5, right? Okay, how do you spell necessity? Oh, something is wrong, Wilson. It's not a grammatical error. Okay, good job, Chantel. Good job, Foxy. Good job, Ariel. Good job, Michael. Good job, Ensign. I hate bubble tea. What's wrong with you, Yanbun? Very good, Wilson. It's fast. Something is wrong. What? Too sweet. Oh, but you guys are kids, you know? Don't you guys like sweet things? Very nice, Duncan. Good job, Iris. Thank you for the follow, Sai. Good job, Blood Gal. Oh, you like savory food. Okay, okay. Me too. I like both sweet and savory food. Okay, single C, double S. All right. Okay, last one. Question 25. Answer. Brown sugar boba milk tea. That's delicious. Good job, Ariel. Good job, Wilson. When I drink bubble tea, I put 20% sugar. Healthier choice, Foxy. Good job. Anson, Avis, Blurgal, Jarek, Irish, Chantel, Foxy. Wow, very well done. Okay? Yes, the answer is indeed exceeding. Okay? I drink Mr. Avis, Mr. Coconut is very sweet also. Good job, Duncan. Okay, any questions? If not, I'm gonna move on to Kahoot. No? Okay, then I'm gonna show you guys the rules for my Kahoot. Okay, so please take the time to read them while I'm preparing the Kahoot now. Um, So guys, please join the Kahoot with your name. Okay, and if you are in our top 3 winners, you have to take a screenshot of your result. Okay, if you don't take a screenshot, we cannot guarantee that you will get your prize. Alright, so please take note. What are the prizes? They are mystery prizes, but some examples are like stationery. Sometimes we have little toys or notebooks. Okay. Cindy, okay, I'll try to remember, Cindy. Okay, you got it before? Wow, that's not easy, you know. Hey, don't forget, okay? And then after that, you have to send your screenshot to us on TikTok or this number. So if you need to, please take a screenshot of the rules now, and then you guys can join the Kahoot. Okay? I'm gonna hide the rules. Quickly join. Ah, you got a pencil case. I hope you liked it. Why is Peppa Pig crying? Okay, and then at the same time, okay, while we're waiting for people to join, if you haven't followed us already, please make sure that you follow us so that you can stay tuned for our live more Kahoot to play. Okay? What if I cannot get the prizes? Then come back and try again next time. Don't worry, we will have more Kahoots, okay? Yesterday was Earth Day. Put Earth as the character. Okay. Hey, anybody? Who is this? Okay, there are bots. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds to join. Then I have to start. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I don't think the bots can win anyway, right? You have to be faster than everyone, you know. Okay, 3. Wait a minute. Okay, 5 more seconds only. 5, 4, 3. What if there's AI? Really? Okay, then I'm gonna start removing some. Cannot join so many times. I don't have time to remove all. Okay, the rest of you who haven't joined yet, quickly join while I'm trying to remove some of them. Okay, last 10 seconds for real. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh my goodness. 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna start. What is this? Yo, please do better things with your life. Okay, good luck, guys. So, neither of the broken machines blank repaired before the inspection. Consequently, they failed it. Okay, so about half correct, half wrong. Okay, maybe a bit more wrong. Okay, so was, right? Neither of it has to be singular. Okay, then they failed it. It is in past tense. Alright, I accidentally clicked backward. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, wait. Okay, but Chantel, good job. Teacher Jody. Okay, next question. Hey, Derek, be nice to Panda, okay? Alright, the volunteers quickly blanket the community center to help distribute food to the flood victims. Okay, quickly select your answer. 4, 3, 2, 1. I put wrong. Why? Press carefully. Okay, they assembled together in one place. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, who is Imagine losing? Hey, Imagine losing in first place, Duncan in second place, and Negro in third place, followed by Callista and teacher Jody very close behind. Ethan Chia, oh, is it? Okay, question 3. Blank was done to prepare for the sudden power outage. Therefore, the company's management panicked. You can't hear me? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me now? Testing, testing. Hello, hello. I think it should be okay, right? I can see the sound responding. You clicked wrongly? Oh dear. Okay, little was done. Thank you, Foxy. Yes, can hear. Okay, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys being so responsive. Okay, little was done, right? So it's uncountable, and then they panicked because they didn't do enough. Thank you for the follow, crew. All right, let's have a look. Oh, Moyes, maybe you restart. Can somebody help me type to Moyes, please? Tell her to restart her TikTok. Okay? Okay, imagine losing. Still first place. Negro, second place. Teacher Jody, third place. Duncan, still, and Capybara Lover, still very close. Good job. Okay. No need to compare, number 90. We're all doing our best, okay? All right, next one. Question 4. Without thinking it through, Joel blank bought the expensive watch. Vocab question. Two, 1. 26 of you got it right. Not too bad, okay? So impulsively means that you do it without thinking clearly, right? Okay, so let's have a look. No change. It's okay, Duncan. There's always hope. Never give up until it's over, okay? And even when it's over, we don't give up because there are more Kahoots in future. Okay, good luck, guys. Question 5. You should develop better eating habits. Mine blank awful when I was younger. That how come my Kahoot is faster than yours? Probably the live stream is lagging a little bit. That's a bit of a time difference. 3, 2, 1. Oh, lots of you guys got tricked by was. Can you guys tell me what the subject here is? When I say mine, what does that mean? What does mine refer to? Tricky question, right? Mine refers to my eating habits. Exactly. So it has to be plural. Okay? Be careful. All right. Let's see. Oh, we have a change in ranking. Oh, capybara lover. Your motivation got you there. Imagine losing. You need to fight back for your first place. Okay? Oh, Avis came up. Duncan, don't give up. I remember you're gonna get there. Okay, 3 more questions. Let's go. Question 6. As the exam results were being announced, Priya waited with growing blank, her hands cold with nerve. We covered these words today. Alright, so if you're paying attention, you should remember what they mean. Okay, well, 34 of you got it right. Good job. Well done. Okay, apprehension, feeling nervous, feeling worried. Must thank the person who asked me to explain apprehension to you guys just now, right? I forgot who it was who asked for the definition. Good job. Good to ask questions. 15th place. Okay, always hope. We have 2 more questions. All right, Avis went up to 3rd place. Nice. Okay, now, bro, I'm 16th. Don't worry, 2 more questions left. Okay, try your best. I'm reconnecting. Okay, quickly, Hannah. Okay, question 7. How many people blank about the missing cat over the past few days? Asked Tim. One. And time is up. Oh, not too bad. Okay, so how many people have called? Right, we're talking about something that began in the past and has continued till now, still affects the present. So we must use have called. All right, let's have a look. Oh, Duncan, you're back in top 3. Okay. Imagine losing an Ariel very close behind. Okay, the Wi-Fi though. Oh no. Okay, now, are you guys ready for the final question? This is gonna determine your final placing. Last chance to get your name up there, okay? Good luck, guys. You can do it. I believe in you. Be fast, be accurate. Question 8. My blank neighbor is always asking questions about everyone's personal business and telling them what to do. We learned these words today. Answer is meddlesome, right? Inquisitive means curious, sure, but telling them what to do, right? That's getting involved in something that is none of your business, right? Remember we said the Singlish version is kaypoh. Okay? until 5th. It's really a really good try, Ariel. Okay, you must come back again and try again next time. All right, let's have a look at our podium. In third place, we have Imagine Losing. And in second place, Duncan. And our winner for today is Capybara Lover. Congrats, guys. Hey, don't be sad if you didn't win. Okay, remember we have Kahoot every week. So you just have to come back and try again. Okay, if you work hard, soon it will be yours. All right. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun today. Please don't forget um to send in your screenshots to us. Okay. And then if you guys enjoyed my lesson today, I thank you guys first of all for being with me. Okay. We also have our online lessons. Okay, we have them for all of the subjects above. Of course, I'm the teacher for primary 6 English. We also have some secondary school subjects as well. And we have a free trial for these subjects, so you have nothing to lose. Come and try it out. Okay. And then if you guys have questions, you can stay there and ask me. If not, thank you guys so much for today. And then I will see you guys on TikTok Live 3 weeks later. Okay? 3 weeks later. How to send? You have to go to the link in our profile and then send the screenshot to the whoever. Okay? Yeah, 3 weeks, because 2 weeks later I will be overseas. So don't miss me too much. I'll be back the following week. And then, I will be back on Thursday, okay, guys? We are going back to the old schedule. I'll be on Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm going to Taiwan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Yanwoon. Okay? Alright, I'll see you guys in 3 weeks' time. Thank you guys. You guys are the sweetest. I can't wait to see you guys again. Alright, for a holiday. Join us right after Yanbun. Thank you. For what? For holiday. Yeah, with my sister's family. I will eat a lot and then I come back, and then if we have time I can tell you guys about what food I eat there. Okay? Oh, good luck for your performance, Foxy. You must tell me about it next time. Okay, I need to rush because I'm taking a Grab hitch home. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Have a good week ahead. Thank you, guys.